So the Aston Villa football team has just defeated Maccabi Tel Aviv, the team from apartheid settler colony of Israel, 2-0 in their Europa Cup encounter in Birmingham. The match just got over moments ago, and I can safely report that everything passed off very well without any violence. I myself went there during the match to look at the security arrangements. There was high security cordon by the West Midlands police who were absolutely brilliant. I even spotted a group of horse-mounted police personnel patrolling the area not far from the Villa Park football ground. Some far-right Zionists did try their best to provoke the local residents, but their attempts were foiled by the brave police force. I shudder to think what Maccabi hooligans could have done if they were not banned by the West Midland police. A small group of far-right Zionists had travelled to Birmingham with an aim to cause disturbance in an otherwise peaceful neighbourhood, but they were easily outnumbered by pro-Palestine supporters. I mean, they had no chance to outsmart the pro-Palestinian supporters in a city like Birmingham. This was visible tonight. Just have a look at this Zionist trying to stand in front of the local residents by flying the flag of the apartheid settler colony of Israel. She needed to be protected by dozens of local police force. Wherever far-right Zionists went, they were met with death, death to the IDF chants. One Israeli supporter tried his best to ask the police to arrest those chanting death, death to the IDF, and from river to the sea, Palestine will be free. But he had to withdraw himself after the police warned him that he would be arrested. Emotions were running high as protesters led by Ahmed Yaqub demanded the banning of Israeli clubs from the Europa League as a result of the worst genocide in living memory in Gaza. Yaqub, who previously contested mayoral and parliamentary elections unsuccessfully in Birmingham, was seen walking around the Villa Park with his supporters.
Aviv. Yeah. Just peaceful protests, isn't it? Thank you to West Midlands Police. Come out in numbers. Brilliant. To make sure everybody is safe. You know, it's all peaceful here. Forget about what the media is saying. Forget about what Tommy Robinson's saying. It's all nice and peaceful here. Remember that.
Pro-Palestinian protesters had written banners and hung them on electric poles in the area. These messages demanded the expulsion of Israel and its clubs from the world and European football. One message read, "If you see a Zionist in Birmingham, call anti-terrorism police." The police said that they made 6 arrests for breaching peace. This individual was one.
started these arguments? Have I even spoken to the people that have these arguments? I haven't even interviewed people. I interviewed one person, and you've correctly identified the format as an interview.
That's a bit of a too quick.
The first occasion was a man who came up to you and said, I don't like him because he just speaks his corner. The second gentleman assaulted him for no reason. That's a direct answer to the question.
But now they're trying to remove him from the area.
No, I'm not.
We'll have to arrest him and then he's going to have to sue you in court. Yeah, arrest him and then he'll sue you, isn't it? Israel! Yeah. So he's arresting young Bob. Yeah, laugh at him, Bob. Take it.
We'll take it.
We'll take the arrest. Yeah. And him man wanted to talk to a Christian. That's what it was. What is wrong with that? So we're not allowed to have religion.
The West Midlands police had banned the entry of Maccabi hooligans into Birmingham due to their violent past. Maccabi hooligans had caused large-scale riots in Amsterdam last year after their match against Ajax. Had they been allowed, we would be talking about a completely different set of events tonight. But Zionist PM Keir Starmer and his Zionist Culture Secretary Lisa Nandy used their powers to bully the police to change their decision. Nandy even lied inside the parliament when she said that the police's decision to ban Maccabi hooligans was not because of threats posed by them.
Let me just say from the outset that all forms of bigotry is abhorrent. A Dutch police report into the disorder in Amsterdam at the Ajax versus Maccabi Tel Aviv fixture determined that Maccabi fans tore down a Palestinian flag, set fire to it and chanted, and I quote, "Fuck you Palestine." That is vile, disgusting Islamophobia in action. How about preventing that from happening here? Because there is an extreme hooligan element of Maccabi fans that consistently behave in this manner. Does the government not see that Islamophobic behaviour is highly likely if these fans travel to Birmingham? What about the safety of our Muslim citizens?
Thank you. I mean, look, everybody in this House is entitled to strong opinions, but they're not entitled to a selective version of the facts. And it's absolutely right to point out that there, amongst the minority of Maccabi Tel Aviv fans, in the instance that he raised, there was appalling behaviour which none of us, including most Maccabi Tel Aviv fans, would not seek to condone. But there were also attacks on those fans as well, and that has formed part of the assessment of risk that Westminster Police have had to make. And look, I think it is just worth me reiterating the point about just how rare it is for away fans to be excluded wholesale from attending European football matches in this country. As my honourable friend pointed out just a moment ago, we've had to deal with this in this country for a very long time. We've done it recently and in many parts of the country, and we have found a way to police safely and effectively. It cannot be beyond our collective wit to do so in this case.
However, as first reported by Janta Ka Reporter, the West Midlands police had busted her lies by claiming that they feared threats from Maccabi hooligans, not to them. You can watch my video here. One top West Midlands police officer has now spoken to Sky News, confirming what we had reported more than a week ago. That's the power of honest journalism.
There is a section of Maccabi fans, not all Maccabi fans, but a section of them who engage in quite significant levels of hooliganism.
There's a lack of clarity. Maccabi Tel Aviv told us they're not too sure why their fans were banned. Why were their fans banned? Was it the threat to them or the threat by their fans?
Yeah, so I'm aware there's a lot of commentary around the threat to the fans being the reason for the decision. To be clear, that was not the primary driver. That was a consideration. We have intelligence and information that says that there is a section of Maccabi fans, not all Maccabi fans, but a section of them who engage in quite significant levels of hooliganism. What is probably quite unique in these circumstances is whereas often hooligans will clash with other hooligans and it will be contained within the football fan base. We've had examples where a section of Maccabi fans were targeting people not involved in football matches, and certainly we had an incident in Amsterdam last year which has informed some of our decision making. So it is exclusively a decision we made on the basis of the behaviour of a subsection of Maccabi fans, but all the reaction that could occur obviously form part of that as well. there are football clubs that have a significant group of fans, who are ultras, if you like. The difference here, I guess, is that they didn't just confine it to other football fans. In the past, there have been clashes that have gone beyond that, and clearly, as you've alluded to, the sensitivities around the Middle East mean that the potential for that to kind of exacerbate current tensions is so much that we felt this was the most sensible way of managing the risk.
Maccabi Tel Aviv are very concerned. They think their fans are being unfairly maligned. They were attacked in what have been called anti-Semitic attacks in Amsterdam last year. The only convictions in Amsterdam were for attacks by locals on their fans. But you formed a very different conclusion. Is that from the Dutch police?
We are absolutely not saying that in Amsterdam that the only fans causing trouble were the Maccabi fans, but what we were very clearly told is that they played a part in causing trouble, particularly a day before the match. That absolutely resulted in the following day there being attacks on Maccabi fans, so it wasn't all one way. But that's the whole point, really, so that kind of escalating tensions, the escalating violence as a consequence.
I'm so pleased to report that Birmingham, my city, remained peaceful without any violence despite the best efforts of far-right Zionist thugs. One thing is clear, Birmingham loves its multicultural identity and firmly believes in coexistence, as we have done so for decades. No far-right Zionist and Israeli maniac would be allowed to come and cause a rift amongst communities. We are proud of our diversity and we celebrate it every single day. That's it for me. Thank you very much for your support of this platform and our journalism. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so, because that's one of the many ways you can support independent journalism. God bless you all.